Hello, everyone. Welcome to round number 8 of the 44th Chennai Olympiad. And in this round, one of the most exciting games was again Gukesh winning over Caruana and also in the process beating the USA, dashing their hopes of winning the gold medal. Gukesh with 8 out of 8. Perfect, amazing, phenomenal. What else? Everything all in one for this young 16-year-old. Check it out. Caruana was white. He started with e4. Gukesh went for the Sicilian. Even with 7 out of 7, he still goes for a fighting game with the Sicilian. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. Also limo for Caruana. He doesn't want to go into some knight or for d4. g6, castles, bishop g7. Takes. Another take here would be d takes. There's also a possibility that d3, knight f6. White would go h3 here, then castles, yeah. Okay, Gukesh went for the b takes c6 variation. Rook e1, queen c7, h3, d6. Caruana played e5. Right. Previously, in a game by Magnus Carlsen, Giri here went for c3, knight f6, d4, takes, castles, knight c3, bishop b7. Carlsen went on to win the game with his pair of bishops. In this game, Caruana went for e5. Okay, now Gukesh has 2 double pawns, e and c. d3, c4. Nice pawn break by Gukesh. The timing of the break is important, or else white will have knight d2 and c4. c4, and now here Caruana went for knight c3 because if white takes on c4, black has f5 with e4 coming up next. So white played knight c3, temporary sacrifice of the pawn, takes knight h6, knight takes e5. Well, the main point of knight takes e5 is that this bishop is an overworked piece protecting h6 and also the e5 square. So if you go for bishop takes e5, white will simply take that knight on h6 and you also cannot castle. So knight takes e5, knight f5, control of d4 for Gukesh. Bishop f4, queen to b7, knight a4. All right, knight protects b2. f6. Gukesh doesn't want that outpost on e5, driving away the knight, castles. d4. Here Gukesh spent for almost 30 minutes. I think he doesn't like his position. And I like his decision here to go for g5. If you don't like your position, all right, try to complicate things. Bishop h2, h5. It only shows the fighting ability of this kid here. Again, fearless. Rook e4. This is force, or else black would go for g4. Okay, you can insert knight c5 here in b4. Rook e4. That's also a possibility, by the way. But Caruana went for rook e4. Queen d7, queen c2. Rook f7. I like this move. King safety from this diagonal. It's also protecting the important e7 square. Rook e1, all right. It was anticipating g4, by the way, because if the knight moves, then you have this rook takes on e7. All right, so threat on e7, so the important rook f7 move to protect the e7 square. Bishop f8, also a square for the knight, and also rook, depending on what you like. Queen e2, queen d5. Knight c3, got back to d7, queen c4, queen b7. Gukesh playing around with his queen. Caruana improved on his position with b4, e6. I like this move. Bishop on b4 and also queen. Rook b1, queen d7, rook be1, queen d7, rook b1, queen d7. Okay, here Gukesh was offering a repetition of moves, and Caruana played a3 after that. He doesn't want to repeat. Okay, if he goes for rook e1, if Gukesh wants to fight, he could go for a5 here. Well, in the game it happened also with a3. He also went for the timing, the right timing of a5, which gives him the edge. Why? All right, target would be this pawn on a3, open up the rook, open up the a file, by the way. King is not safe because of that bishop on h2. You cannot really escape on the h2 square. So knight a4, queen to d8. Pawn takes on a5, rook takes a5. The rook is active. All right, little by little, black has organized his pieces. Yeah. Knight into c5, queen d5. Nice move again. Blocking the attack on e6. Also attacking now takes on c5 and the e4 rook. So queen e2, pawn down. Here, white play rook d1. Now let's take a look at knight takes e6. Is this possible? The answer is a big no. Black now takes on e6, takes, and rook takes f3. After g takes, you have knight takes d4, threaten the queen, the rook, and the f3 square. Game over. Caruana had to play rook d1 to protect d4. Nice move, right? Activating the rook, helping the other rook, battery, and an attack on a1. g4. Caruana wants to open up his king. Okay, he could also go for queen e1 here, just to protect, if he wants to protect this square. But Gukesh can simply take on knight on c5 if takes. He can simplify with queen takes d1 and rook a1. That was the main point of rook a7, by the way. You have an extra pawn. And also a nice pawn on f6, controlling both e5 and g5. Okay, g4. Nothing much to play for white. He's already losing. Takes, knight h6. Bishop g3, e5. Clearance for the bishop, attacking g4. Caruana with a desperate move, knight takes e5. What else can he do? Takes on e5, rook takes e5, bishop takes g4. The king is safe. An intermediate to the queen on e2. Queen d2, queen f3. All right. Attack on d1, a1. Oh, too much. Rook g7, knight and bishop protecting the king. White has no counterplay. Rook e1, bishop h3, threatening mate on g2. Bishop d6, one last trick. Okay, the rook also protects the g2 square. Rook just simply captures the bishop. Takes on g7, takes, queen g5, king a7. When the knight is beside your king, the king is safe because the knight is protecting the surrounding squares. All right, so no checks for the queen. After knight e4, final move by Gukesh, queen takes e4, Caruana resign. All right, if the rook takes queen on e4, does rook a1, takes, and it's a checkmate. Bishop controls h2, the other bishop controls g2. And that's it. Another win, 8 out of 8. And as fate would have it, it was Caruana 7 years ago who also scored 7 out of 7 in the same field cup in the US. And this time, he played Gukesh in round number 8, and Gukesh broke Caruana's record now with 8 out of 8. Wow, okay, they were destined to play against each other. Not only is this heartbreaking for Caruana, but also for his team, as India too beat the US and their hopes of winning the gold medal. Armenia is still in the lead after that long grinding game by Sargishan against Hare Krishna, over 100 moves. And in second place, it's tied with Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan and both young teams, Uzbekistan and India too. But here, the future of chess is here. The renaissance also of Bobby Fischer. This is a Fischer-like performance by Gukesh. And it's a beauty to behold. Yeah. You could watch it for days, and you could watch this guy, the way he plays. It's so entertaining. It's fighting chess. No boring draws. Yeah. 8 for 8. What else can you ask for? Performance 3,000 plus. Now top 20 in the world. He's now the second best player in India. Right. He's now overtaken Hare Krishna. Well, Anand is still number one. Well, he's breaking all these records at the tender age of 16. And we will also continue to keep an eye on this guy and their team. We'll watch out, and we'll also continue our coverage of the Chennai Olympiad 2022 in the days to come. Last 4 games, yeah? Oh, sorry, last 3. There's 11 rounds. So last 3 games, crucial games ahead. Who will win gold? We will see as we continue our coverage of Chess Olympiad 2022. Thank you guys for supporting our channel, Charles Smash Chess and Charles Smash Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone, and have a good night. Bye.